So at the end of Resident Evil 8, we see a much older Rose Winters as she goes to visit the grave of her father, Ethan Winters, moments before a team of Chris's comes to pick her up. Now, we don't learn a lot from this scene, but one thing that we do learn is that Rose is hiding some serious power that not even Chris knows about, because this is what she tells one of the agents that she threatens after he calls her Evelyn. She says something along the lines of, there are things that I can do that not even Chris knows about. And that's what I want to talk about real quick in this video, is what the potential powers are that Rose could have. Because I think a lot of it is connected to the Megamycete that we see in Resident Evil 8 and even in Resident Evil 7. I think that's what her powers are connected to. Now, if you don't remember what the Megamycete is, basically it is the computer, filing cabinet of the mold. Anything that had been in contact with the mold, its consciousness is then filed away and saved within the Megamycete. That's basically what it is. And it's basically a giant memory card. And so Chris in Resident Evil 8 plants a bomb in the Megamycete, and then Ethan sacrifices himself as he detonates the bomb, destroying the entire island and himself. And you would think, okay, that's the end of the Megamycete. But what I actually think has happened is it transferred into Rose's mind, and now she has become the living embodiment of the Megamycete. I think that is what has happened. And so if that is in fact what has happened, she has theoretically inherited all of the abilities and powers of everyone who had ever come in contact with the Megamycete. So in other words, she would have Mother Miranda's shape-shifting ability. She would have Lady Dimitrescu's ability to make her hand become those blades, or maybe even become a dragon like Lady Dimitrescu could. She could control metal like Heisenberg. She could create hallucinations like Donna could. She would have her father's regeneration, the ability to control people's minds through mold like Evelyn did in Resident Evil 7. All of these things to become Rose's abilities, her power. She would essentially be like the perfect cell from Dragon Ball Z. That's basically what she would be. She would be the perfect cell of Resident Evil, which would be really powerful and would pretty much make her the true ultimate bio if that were to actually happen, because she would have all those abilities. She would have shape-shifting and magnetic powers and hallucination powers and mind control and all those other things, along with regeneration and everything else. So she'd be insanely powerful, on top of which, if she is like a humanoid version of the Megamycete, then anyone new she comes in contact with and infects with mold, she would then be able to connect with them and store their consciousness within her mind, gaining all of their abilities and even being able to control them. So if she was to infect Chris, she could control Chris. Or if you want to take it a step further, Jake from Resident Evil 6, she could infect him and potentially inherit his antibodies to progenitor based viruses, which would make her even more powerful. And so that would be just insane if something like that could happen. And so that's sort of the thing with Rose, is if she is a humanoid version of the Megamycete, then her potential is essentially limitless as to what she could actually do, because she could get more powerful with the more people she connects with. The more people she connects with, the stronger she becomes, because that's more people's consciousness that she's connecting with, more people that she can control, take from, all that stuff. And so her power is technically limitless if she actually is a Megamycete, like I'm suggesting here. Because I think that's what her big power is the ability to take from others. And this is supported when you go to fight Mother Miranda and she's holding Rose in her arms, and she says something about how her powers seem to be going away, like they're getting weaker. I think what's happening at that moment is Rose, as a baby, even if she's not fully aware of it, is taking Mother Miranda's powers from her. Slowly but surely, I think that's what's happening. And I think Rose is doing the same thing with the Megamycete. I think she is taking all of the information stored within the Megamycete into herself. And so now it's all within her mind, and it all becomes her power. One other thing that I will mention, though, that I'm kind of curious about is if the Megamycete had the consciousness of all of these people, and we have seen it before because Ethan had spoke to Jack Baker in Resident Evil 7 through the Megamycete, and he talked to Evelyn through the Megamycete in 8 as he was, you know, dead and everything, and he discovered that he had been dead this whole time and was mold. Could Rose be struggling with multiple personalities, multiple consciousness of other people trying to fight for control over her body? So Mother Miranda's consciousness fighting for control over her body, Heisenberg trying to fight over control for her body. You know, a similar situation to like Alex Wesker's consciousness being in Natalia's mind, and she's fighting for control. Only this would be on a much larger scale, because it would be everyone who's ever come in contact with the Megamycete is now in Rose's mind fighting for control. That could be a plot point, and that could be something that would make Rose sort of a villain, because although she herself isn't evil, she has evil villain's consciousness within her trying to fight for control, and that could cause her to lash out, lose control, all kinds of stuff. And so maybe Resident Evil 9 is centered around trying to find a cure for that, and maybe that could cross paths with Natalia from Revelations 2, and we find a cure for her with Alex Wesker. So maybe it all intertwines together in some way. But that's just my theory, that's my speculation. Wanted to make a really quick video talking about it because I thought it was worth, you know, making a video for and discussing. If anyone else has theories on what Evelyn's potential powers could be, share that in the comments and get a discussion going on. I will go ahead and end this video here, and I will see you all on the next one. See you then.